This tutorial explains how to change the index numbers of a data frame using the R programming language. So without too much talk, let's dive into the R code. In this video I will show you two examples, and both of these examples are based on the data frame that we can create with lines 2 to 5 of the code. So if you run these lines of code, you can see at the top right of RStudio that a new data frame object is appearing, which is called data. And we can print this data frame to the bottom in the RStudio console by running line 6 of the code. And then you can see that our data frame contains 3 columns, x1, x2 and x3, and 5 rows. And you can also see that the rows of this data frame are not ordered according to the row names. So let's assume that we want to reset the index numbers of this data frame so that the first row has the index position 1, the second row has the index position 2, and so on. Then we can apply the code that you can see in lines 8 and 9. So first, in line 8 of the code, I'm duplicating our input data because I want to keep an original version of our data frame. So if you run line 8 of the code, you can see that a new data frame object is appearing at the top right, which is called data new1. And at this point, this data frame contains exactly the same values and the same row names as our input data frame. And then in line 9 of the code, I'm applying the rownames function to our new data set. And to this, I'm assigning a sequence ranging from 1 to the number of rows in our data set. So if you run line 9 of the code, the row names of our data frame are updated. And you can see that by printing the data frame to the bottom in the RStudio console by running line 10 of the code. And then you can see that our new data frame has index positions ranging from 1 to 5 instead of the unordered row names of our input data frame. So in this first example, I have explained how to use the rownames function in combination with the nrow function. However, I want to show you a second alternative which is even simpler than the first example. And this second alternative is starting in line 12 of the code. So once again, we are duplicating our input data by running line 12 of the code. And then a new data frame is appearing at the top right, which is called data new2. And then in line 13 of the code, I'm again using the rownames function. However, this time I'm just assigning the value null to these row names. So if you run line 13 of the code, our data frame is updated, and you can see that by running line 14 of the code. And as you can see, this new data frame also has ordered rows. However, this time we have just used the null value instead of the nrow function. That's all I wanted to explain in this video. In case you want to learn more on this topic, you may check out my homepage statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video so you can find it there. If you have liked this video or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to respond to all comments as soon as I can. Furthermore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified about future video releases. I have already published about 500 videos on this channel, and I'm releasing new videos on a daily basis. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.